to talk about the A major section of Recuerdos de Alhambra. This is like the B section of the piece, and how the harmony in this section paints the emotions of the piece. So the A section, the first section, was in A minor. So there's a link below if you want to watch the video on that section. The B section goes to A major. So first of all, maybe I'll just play a little bit just to remind you what it sounds like. So A major. Here are the quotes from my book, Fundamental Harmony, on A major. This key includes declarations of innocent love, satisfaction with one's state of affairs, hope of seeing one's beloved again when parting, youthful cheerfulness and trust in God. The other quote says, full of confidence and hope, radiant with love and redolent of simple, genuine cheerfulness, excels all the other keys in portraying sincerity of feeling. Almost every composer of note has breathed his sincerest and sweetest thoughts in that favorite key. I really love these quotes. They're very specific and they're very evocative just in themselves. So having said those quotes, and I'll try to summarize them quickly: declarations of innocent love, satisfaction with one's state of affairs, youthful cheerfulness, confidence and hope, radiant with love, things like that. I'll play this A major section again and see if that changes your perception of the music. Okay, so that's the first few bars there. The next moves key, so it shifts now towards D major. So it doesn't really necessarily change key, but it's really shifting towards a new chord or a new harmony. So D major, the key of triumph, of hallelujahs, of war cries, of triumphant rejoicing, thus inviting symphonies, marches, festive songs, and heaven rejoicing choruses. Another says majesty, grandeur, and pomp, and adapts itself well to triumphal processions, festival marches, and pieces in which stateliness is the prevailing feature. So I think the most important takeaway for this one is triumph. Triumphant rejoicing. So then it goes back to A major. So it's interesting that this bit in D major has this really beautiful leap. Certainly be like a moment of triumph, triumphant rejoicing. I definitely, when you think of rejoicing, you think of raising your arm, something like that, and it's really good, really leaps up to that high D. So the quote really matches, I think, quite well the harmony. And as I said in the first video in part 1, this piece shifts through different harmonies and chords. It doesn't just stay in one key, or doesn't just revolve around one harmony. It takes you on an adventure, an emotional adventure through different harmonies. So that goes D major, then we go back to A major, and all of a sudden, there's our gold chord of this next phrase. C sharp minor. So C sharp minor, laments or repentance, intimate conversations with God, the friend and the playmate of life, sighs of unsatisfied friendship and love lie in its circle. Another says, so full of dignity and of inspiration, serious and sad, noble feeling, full of depth and energy. So I'll play it one more time with those quotes in mind. So I'm trying to sort of ease up the music and play it with a warmer colour and more laid back tempo, that kind of thing. So A major, radiant love, confidence, that kind of thing. C sharp minor, laments, repentance, serious and sad, full of depth and energy. I feel like there's two characters in this. We have the laments, repentance side of it here, and then I think it sort of crescendos up towards the more depth and energy side of it. So yeah, I quite like that. I don't know what you think, but I quite like that idea. And then it goes back to A major, but via this diminished chord here, this B diminished chord. So that F natural is really beautiful. You can kind of highlight that a little bit. And then it repeats, and then we go, and so I'll continue. And so I'm going to skip the repeat and just go on to the next section. Again, we have that F natural going up. So the rest of the piece is really in A major, with the sort of confidence and radiant love aspect. I think even that beautiful arpeggio at the end is really symbolic of confidence and radiant love. So there's another example of, I think, how these quotes can influence or affect or inform your interpretation of a piece of music. So it's a really interesting and I think a long lost kind of art. We don't really tend to think of keys being associated with emotions, especially not this specifically. But I think it really helps open up something in your playing, some new possibilities, and it sort of starts to help you shift away from just thinking about your fingers and like what notes you're playing to creating a mood and atmosphere in your playing. I think that's really important. So I hope this has given you food for thought, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Thanks for listening. Cheers.